For more than 4 centuries, the Han Dynasty had been the strongest empire in Asia, and is often considered the golden age in Chinese history. But even so, by the beginning of the 2nd century CE, it began showing major signs of decline. Following the death of the Emperor He of the Han Dynasty in 105 CE, the emperors following him had a common pattern of early death, so that their sons often had to succeed their fathers when they were barely in their teens. Young emperors often relied upon the ambitious officials around them. This led to decreasing imperial power and increasing power of the senior officials around the emperor. With the decline of imperial power, there was also the growing discontent of the people, who were furious with the corrupt and incapable government due to its mismanagement of an agrarian crisis. Some began open rebellion, and soon war was springing up all about the empire. One of the largest and most renowned was the Yellow Turban Rebellion, whose total count of soldiers added up to more than 210,000 over 36 bases across the land. With so many rebellions springing up upon a daily basis, the Emperor Ling decided he would have to go to the extremes. He split his land into provinces and appointed a single feudal lord to rule each of them. This move, though, fractioned the power of the emperor even more, and when the Emperor Ling died at the end of the 2nd century, the control of his successor over the empire was nearly gone. The power of the feudal lords ruling over the provinces grew, and they began clashing with each other with no heed to the emperor, who was now a mere figurehead. Of the countless regional lords, 3 of them, by the beginning of the 3rd century, emerged to be the strongest and with greatest potential. These were Yuan Shao, Cao Cao, and Sun Ce. The power of these 3 men grew as they defeated the weaker warlords around them. Yuan Shao had made his name in the north of China, holding 4 of the most populated states after defeating the warlords around him. Meanwhile, Cao Cao, who controlled the new emperor and held the state of Yan, had won countless victories over the weaker feudal lords around him, taking the state of Xu too. Cao Cao and Yuan Shao, 2 old friends, seemed to begin finding themselves facing each other as enemies. For when the small feudal lords around them were one by one crushed, it dawned upon both of them that this old friendship would no longer last. The next step in their separate ambitious plans would be to defeat the other. Yuan Shao, having settled his northern lands, amassed a great army and moved south to the Yellow River, which now marked the border between the 2 powerful warlords, preparing to advance into Cao Cao's lands and attack the latter's capital in the city of Xuchang. Cao Cao, in return, gathered his men and came to Guandu, a strategic city on the southern side of the river, the last defense before his capital, and set camp there while fortifying his fortresses along the bank. Even after his recent victories, Cao Cao's army, consisting of about 11,000 men, was still greatly outnumbered by Yuan Shao, who boasted of 110,000 men, including 10,000 heavy cavalry. However, Cao Cao had the advantage of many great generals like Cao Ren and Xu Huang, along with many advisors like Guo Jia and Xu Niu. In the early months of the conflict, both sides tried to disrupt his opponent by setting rebellions in the other's land. Liu Bei, who served under Yuan Shao, seized the Xu state, thus openly rebelling against Cao Cao. The latter made a terribly risky move, abandoning his position at Guandu and leading his men south to Xu state, shattering Liu Bei's forces in the following battle. This completely revealed his northern front, undefended to Yuan Shao, but gambling upon the traits of his enemy, he actually succeeded. Yuan Shao's advisors had strongly suggested mounting a direct attack against Cao Cao's main army at Guandu, when the latter's forces were gone. But Yuan Shao was against this idea, fearing that doing so would fall straight into Cao Cao's trap. Thus, he let a great opportunity slip from his hands. This was one of the first major mistakes Yuan Shao would make during the Battle of Guandu. Yuan Shao's next move was sending one of his greatest generals, Yan Liang, to besiege Cao Cao's fort at Baima. Doing as his advisors suggested, Cao Cao, leading his elite cavalry, responded with a feigned attack across Yan Fort, as if attacking Yuan Shao's main camp, thus drawing away most of the enemy's reserves, then quickly struck east to break the siege of Baima, which was now unsupported. In the following surprise attack, Yan Liang, who never dreamed that the enemy should come so quickly, was slain by Guan Yu, and his forces were shattered. The siege at Baima was broken by the clever planning of Cao Cao, and already Yuan Shao had lost one of his greatest generals of all time. However, with this victory, Cao Cao realized that he could not hold off Yuan Shao for long with his forces spread out among the numerous forts along the Yellow River. He thus withdrew his garrison at Baima, deciding to make a strong defense at Guandu. Seizing this chance, Yuan Shao, against the wise counsel of his advisors, sent 6,000 cavalry under the command of Wen Chou and Liu Bei to pursue the retreating Cao Cao, who was now greatly regionally outnumbered.